Hello everyone. So today I am discussing about the difference between the facial palsy and the Bell's palsy. Basically the facial palsy occur due to the supranuclear lesions that known as the supranuclear palsy, or we can say it is a UMN type lesion palsy. In second diagram, the supranuclear lesions that cause a facial palsy. That means the lesion is present over here, that is on the supranuclear lesions, which cause the facial palsy. That means the lower half of the opposite side of face getting affected. That means if the left side affection is present, so the symptoms are present over the opposite side lower half. That means right side lower half of the face get affected. The causes of the facial palsy that are traumatic brain injury, that is TBI, stroke, or any type of tumor which cause the facial palsy. The lesion up to pons to upward, that is corticobulbar tract, which cause the facial palsy. The symptoms are: first is contralateral lower quadrant muscles get paralyzed. The Bell's phenomenon is absent. Bell's phenomenon means the upward movement of the eyeball on attempted closures of the lid. So basically it is seen when the eye closure is the incomplete and upward and outward movement of the eyeball is present. So that is absent in facial palsy. The corneal reflex intact because the upper part of the face is not affected. In facial palsy, only opposite side lower part is just paralyzed. So the corneal reflex is normal. The taste is not affected and the lesion is permanent and no hyperacusis. Hyperacusis. So hyperacusis means unwanted sound feel to the patient in the ear. So that is known as the hyperacusis, which is absent in facial palsy. Now the second, that is Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy is also known as the infranuclear palsy, or we can say it is element lesion type of palsy. The causes are generally it is idiopathic, unknown cause. Other causes are cold exposure, and the rare causes is the high BP, the diabetes, any type of tumor, and the facial injury or the facial trauma, which may lead to the Bell's palsy. So here the difference is, this is the Bell's palsy. So here the infranuclear lesion is present and the same side whole half of the face is affected of the patient. That means if the lesion present on right side, so the right side upper and lower quadrant of the face get affected. So the symptoms of the Bell's palsy are ipsilateral muscle weakness, that means same side, the loss of facial expressions on the same side, crocodile tears, that means the eyes are also affected, so continuous tear is present on the patient's eye, that is known as the crocodile tears, without any symptoms or without any emotions. The tears is continue, so that's why it is known as crocodile tears. The epiphora, that means continuous tearing onto the patient's cheek, that is known as the epiphora. The speaking, whistling, and the drinking is impaired due to the muscle paralysis. The inability to close eye on the affected side because the eyes also affected into a Bell's palsy. The drooping of angle of mouth due to muscle weakness, nasolabial fold flat, the loss of wrinkles on forehead. Taste is also affected and hyperacusis is present. Hyperacusis means unwanted sound felt to the patient in ear. So it is present in Bell's palsy and recovery is mostly within the 3 months. So this is the Bell's palsy. In this diagram, Bell's palsy patient in difficulty to closing and drooping eyelid, drooping mouth with difficulty closing and drinking, and the facial nerve which controls the muscles in the face which get affected. So this is all about the difference between the facial palsy and the Bell's palsy. Thank you.